motion to receive and file March 2021 paid invoice report. Any questions on that? Move right along. Item 6.9 is a motion to receive and file March 2021 budget performance report. Okay, 6.10 is a motion to approve opening the public hearing to receive suggestions, proposals, and ideas from residents and agencies concerning the use of the 2016 through 2021 consolidated plan, 2021 through 2022 community development block grant.
You got this today, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Did you send this today?
Or no, this, not regarding this one.
You meant 6.1.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, item 6.12 is a motion to approve the small business relaunch grant application for case numbers 2020-4344 for a total amount of $15,000 that is funded through the Community Development Block Grant COVID-19 Fund. Are there any questions on that? Item 6.13 is a motion to amend the City Council Resolution number 2.43-21 for the attached document. Mr. Volumes wants a motion. This is regarding the email today.
Correct. Thanks, Chairman Woolley, City Council. So that is another amendment from the COVID CDBG funds we received. Previously, you guys allowed for allocation of $187,500 for rental assistance, an additional $75,000 for small business. We're not getting many applications. I think we have 16, and I don't think all of them even qualify for it. So we've done an infomercial promotion. We've done mailers to all non-homestead homes. There is that $45 billion in the Treasury allocated that's being administered through Wayne Metro, through the county. It's far more lucrative for low to moderate income. People are struggling. You have utilities and up to, I believe, 8 months of rent. So we kind of pale in comparison. So what we want to do, in speaking with the mayor, is that reallocate. We're completely exhausted out of money. We have one that will be on the next meeting, and then that $75,000 is exhausted. So our thought was to move more money based on the popularity of the program. We have 3 additional applications right now. This would fund 15 additional businesses, and we would still be able to do 50 rental applications.
Any questions on that? Thanks, Jeff. Item 6.14 is a motion to approve sending building official to the COCM 2021 Spring Conference, May 10th through the 12th, for an overnight stay, amount not to exceed $450 plus incidental expenses. And this is funded through the Building Department Training and Transportation. Any questions on that? If not, item 6.15 is a motion to approve sending the plumbing inspector to a 2021 PIAM conference, May 12th through the 14th, amount not to exceed $500 plus incidental expenses, funded through the Building Department Training and Transportation account. Item 6.16 is a motion to approve resolution to designate the DPS Executive Director as the single street administrator for the City of Taylor and all transactions with Michigan Department of Transportation. Item 6.17 is a motion to approve resolution to appoint Mayor Rick Sollers to serve as the primary representative and DPS Executive Director as the alternative representative to the Downriver Water Waste Water Authority.
No, that's a reappointment.
Are you guys awake?
That's actually a reappointment though, right?
I think so,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The new DPS Director would probably...
Well, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Jason was chasing me up here. Scared me. Yeah, that's it's a reappointment for myself and just a new appointment for Craig. So, and those meetings are held, once per month in this chamber, or well, they've been kind of Zoom lately, and Jason is also the, Jason, you're the treasurer of DUA?
Yes.
Treasurer of DUA, so.
Any other questions? Okay, if not, item 6.18 is a motion to approve the 2021 concrete panel replacement program to the lowest responsible bidder, meeting City of Taylor specifications, L's Asphalt Paving, current vendor, in the amount not to exceed $1,800,000. Any questions on that? Councilman Rem.
How long has Al's Asphalt been doing concrete?
Good evening, council. So Al's Asphalt is the general contractor for this particular project, and they have a subcontractor who actually performed the concrete work last year and is a seasoned concrete contractor.
So basically, we're just allowing the contractor on this project, Al's Asphalt, he can call in who he wants to do the concrete.
Provided they have, performed in the past and that we have experience with them, then yes.
Is this, so this project that we're asking to approve here on this $1,800,000, this project has to be completed this year, or has it already started where they're gonna be having to use concrete, put down concrete already?
Sure, great question, and what I'd like to do is kind of go back from our last meeting when Councilman Mazur had some questions regarding the concrete program. So, last time around, council authorized $100,000 for the miscellaneous and emergency work. At that time, we said that we would be coming back to the council for authorization for a larger program, and that's what we have in front of you this evening. Now, as we discussed before, the original contract did not have the quantities identified in the contract, which causes me a little bit of heartburn because, well, how much are we bidding? There is a difference between bidding out 500 square yards of concrete versus 20,000 square yards of concrete. So that led us to start doing some homework, prepping for another bid, looking at numbers, gathering all this data and information. So over the last 2 weeks, what we've done is pulled numbers from four or five different communities programs, and actually we do have a handout for you this evening that we can just kind of go over these numbers with you. And basically what it shows is that the numbers that we have received from Al's Asphalt for the 2021 program is actually only an increase of 50 cents from last year's numbers. And also, when comparing past projects for similar work, they are low or right at the same for low bidder or at the same level for similar type of work. So if we look at this spreadsheet that Mr. Gibbs just handed out, the City of Dearborn Heights, 7-inch pavement with integral curb, their average price was $74. Al's Asphalt price is $47.50. The next one down, which is we had to extrapolate this one because they only had a number for 6-inch concrete, and then they had a number for 8-inch concrete. However, the majority of our work is 7-inch. But this also, not only was it extrapolated, but this type of construction work was also a single pole, meaning they set up at one time and then they perform concrete placement from back of curb to back of curb, the entire width of the roadway, and just keep going. So it's high production work. The program that we're bidding out is sectioning, panel replacement. So we'll do a 5x5 or a 20x15 section here, then pick up and do another one down the street, and then another one. So there's a lot of mobilization on site,
there is no mobilization in our overall spec, whereas these other specs, one of them has up to $100,000 for mobilization. So throughout the course of the year, depending on how much work we're able to have identified for the contractor at any particular time, it won't be uncommon for us to have a contractor mobilized 3, 4, 5 different times throughout the course of this year to perform work. So, Councilman Ramick, to answer your question, this is an authority number. Are we able to get all this work done this year? I mean, I would like to say yes, but unfortunately, well, just like we're going to run into this week, snow. We could have a rainy summer, a rainy end of summer, which is going to slow down production. So it would be nice to think that we're going to be able to get that much work done, because we know that there's definitely a lot more than that that needs to be done throughout the city. But that 1.9 or 1.8 number for authority is not for a lump sum one-time project. It's for work across the city throughout the entire course of the year. So, so going back to the spreadsheet, keeping in mind we are a sectioning program, a individual panel replacement program, not production work. The next one that would be considered or comparable to what we're doing is the 2021 concrete program in Farmington. That average cost was $60.21. Then going down in 2019, Warren, $58.74. And then down at the bottom, this one was thrown in there, but again, it's from point A to point B with nothing in between. It's high production, and that one was at $51.89. Our number, $47.50. So could we bid this back out right now? Absolutely. Would I recommend it? No, for the simple reason that rebidding work this late in the year, prices will go up because the majority of your contractors have already slated all their work. So how much work would we be able to get done in this season? I don't know, because we would not probably be able to get a contract with a contractor, and we're already mid-April. By the time you bid it, review bids, you're looking at mid-June, maybe even closer to July, to be able to get a contractor under contract. And then once they're able to mobilize, you're mid-June to August, and now you're left with, 2 months to get work done, which there is no way that they can get the amount of work that we would like to see accomplished in an annual program. They wouldn't do it. Not to mention that the pricing that we would get, more than likely, I'm very confident that the prices would be greater than what we have here today.
This amount of money, 1.8 million, is this in this budget that we're going to vote on tomorrow? Or would there be a budget amendment needed for this amount? I can't remember offhand.
Sure. This money is slated in the 2021-2022 budget year. There is some money that is left over from last year, but the majority of it would be coming out of the July 1st budget.
Right. Okay. That has been budgeted, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Just my last,
Sure.
my last question. Didn't we have a list of concrete companies that we had a list of? I can remember that I had asked for pricing on, and there were 3 of them, additional people that were allowed to do concrete work in the city. The last time I checked, I don't think they got any work. And when I checked with the former DPW director, I'm just wondering, are those 3 companies still available to be used? And I don't understand, did we ever use them, or why we didn't use them? And I understand that you haven't been here. So that was my question. Are they still available? Were they still fell under the program that they were allowed to be the other 3 companies that would get concrete work?
Sure. Typically, whenever we have, 1, 2, and 3 contractors, we will look to a default as the primary based on low bid. And depending on scheduling, if they are able to complete X amount of work, or if they're not able to, then we'll go to that second low bidder, third low bidder scenario to be able to handle the workload if one vendor is not able to perform. The exact names of those contractors, I'd have to look into that. I don't know offhand. But it is common to have, depending on the type of scenario, especially when you get into the emergency work throughout the course of the year, if one contractor is not able to mobilize for the emergency situations, then you'll go to your next low bidder and so on. But that is definitely something that we can look into just to see who has bid on the work in the past, and should there be an opportunity where the low bidder is not available to perform X work, then we most certainly would look at the next low bidder and select that contractor.